A Nigerian politician and his wife have been found guilty of conspiring to exploit a young man from Lagos for organ trafficking, in the first case of its kind under the UK's Modern Slavery Act. Dr Obinna Obeta, a middleman who helped facilitate the scheme, was also convicted. Senator Ike Ekweremadu, his wife Beatrice, and Obeta arranged for the victim, a 21-year-old street trader in Nigeria, to come to the UK last year to have his kidney harvested for Ekweremadu's daughter Sonia, who suffers from a rare disease and requires dialysis. The private transplant, which was set to take place at the Royal Free Hospital in London and cost £80,000, was ultimately thwarted when a consultant rejected the victim as an unsuitable donor. The victim, who was trafficked to the UK and treated like a slave, eventually fled from the property where he was being held and reported his situation to the police in Surrey. The defendants were subsequently arrested and charged under the Modern Slavery Act. The jury, which deliberated for nearly 14 hours, cleared Sonia of the same charge as her parents and Obeta. However, all three convicted defendants were found to have shown utter disregard for the victim's welfare, health and well-being, according to Chief Crown Prosecutor Joan Jakimek. While the guilty verdicts represent a significant milestone in the fight against organ trafficking in the UK, there remain important questions about the broader context in which such crimes occur. For example, what role do global inequalities and economic disparities play in driving the demand for organs? What steps can be taken to prevent similar trafficking schemes from taking place in the future? By exploring these issues in greater depth, we can gain a more nuanced understanding of this complex and troubling problem. The case also raises important questions about the role of political power and influence in enabling such crimes to take place. As a senator in Nigeria, Ekweremadu held significant sway in his home country and may have been able to leverage his connections and resources to carry out the trafficking scheme. In this sense, the case serves as a stark reminder of the ways in which corruption and impunity can fuel human rights abuses and undermine the rule of law. It is essential that governments around the world work together to hold those in positions of power accountable for their actions and to prevent such abuses from occurring in the future. Following the guilty verdicts, Mr. Justice Johnson remanded the defendants into custody to be sentenced on May 5.